I think there's such a confusion with people in surrender. And at the first, you know, when one is surrendering to things, it does challenge the ego. Just like I've talked many times about, there was a Swami and he didn't give any satsang. He gave nothing. Just work. And when the people came to him, they had to surrender to that. And he would just give them, just back-breaking labor to do. And they were not to open their mouths to protest of anything. Also, it was a direct assault on ego. Ego wanted to fight back. Ego wanted to ask questions. Ego wanted to, or pat me on the back. Look what a great job I'm doing. And the whole of his practice was just that. Just directly assaulting ego. Like when one goes into a monastery or into a nunnery, and they're under the guidance of the Mother Superior or Father Superior. And there's no talking back. There's no rationalizing what you're given to do. They have to surrender willingly the ego. And if they don't surrender the ego willingly, it will be torture. It will be very, very difficult. It's difficult anyway, but because ego always has the tendency to want to be in charge, to want to control. So that's the first thing that's very difficult to let go of, is being the controller, or thinking that there's something in your world that you have to control, or that you're going to control. And one lets go of the control and finds out the world goes on without your needing to control it. Ego wants to fight for its religion. It wants to fight for its ideals. It wants to say mine is the best, and all the rest are bogus. Therefore, you have to hear what I'm saying. And so they've lost the point of religion and spiritual paths to find out that God is one, not my one. And your one is wrong. There's only one God, for lack of a better term, that was before existence, that allows existence to take place, which is the sustainer of existence, and which absorbs existence back into itself. Only one. And so what happens is you have people on the path that have insights that come up, and then they want to give their insights to the world and personalize it and make it according to that culture. And then it becomes more and more rigid as one goes. And then it becomes more exclusive. And so then you have the reformers, such as Christ, that wanted to reform Judaism and expand that understanding out of that rigid box. And like Buddha, that wanted to reform Brahmanism and expand that out of that rigid box of the caste system, etc. And it's fine for a time, but then again it gets rigid. And you get the people that are only seeing the external manifestation and haven't come to the heart of it. And when you get to the heart of it, everything you thought you knew about it is blown out of the water. And the boxes are lovely for a time. It helps to define you as an ego. My path, my way. It's a special path, a special way. But any spiritual path that's headed toward realization, not headed towards more of duality in the world. And there are a lot of paths that are more geared towards duality in the world, and that's fine. Those paths are there to